my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Welcome back. Seeking brother, husband. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing, MOCHA MEEMA?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you. I am just great. Well. I hope everybody has had a happy Monday. It's been a little rainy here in Michigan. Beautiful the first half of the day, about 62, 63. And then about 3 o'clock, it decided it wanted to just rain all the afternoon and all the evening. So what about there where you're at?
Oh, here it's been nice here in Connecticut. Sunny all day, beautiful weather. A little, a little cool, just a tiny bit cool, but beautiful out for April.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what they say, April showers
Mm-hmm.
bring May flowers, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this series, they added another grouping this week, I see.
Let me tell you, I am loving this show. I love this show.
I
I
do
just.
too. It's interesting. It's very interesting, you know.
Mhm.
It's very interesting because it's a whole lifestyle, and what I wanted to do was just kind of dig in and kind of hear what are some of the reasons behind people doing this lifestyle. And we found
Mhm.
out this week, especially, that there are a number of reasons why people might try out this lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it's something. I'll tell you, it's something. But you know what, though, I just think there's probably a lot more people out there than we think there are.
You know what? There,
And
there probably are. Yeah. I was just surprised too that, the men, how do they feel about it? Are they accepting of it? So we've got some different, seemingly different attitudes from the different men on the show thus far. So that'll be interesting to kind of delve into also. I wanted to ask you something. I saw something over on your YouTube channel. Would
hmm
you like to tell the viewers about that? The video you did about the young lady, just briefly, and without any explicit terms, but just, if you wanted to just tell them about that, they could go over there and check that out.
oh, you mean about the one I posted yesterday about there's a big content creator out there, someone with the blue check over on here
No,
on YouTube. That one?
that
You talking about that one or?
no, I think you shared it with me earlier. The one you shared with me wasn't about a content creator. I think it started over on Twitter, but we can
Oh
come
yeah,
back.
he is he's a content creator here on YouTube as well. But
Oh,
the
okay.
a young lady was speaking about how she's been
Want a
seeking someone
companionship?
to
Yeah.
yes, some companionship among other
Hmm.
things, and he just had to say something about her looks and questions about her hygiene, and I was like, it's none of his business. Like,
All right.
mind your business and worry about what your wife's doing. Like, stop policing black women and what they have to say.
Exactly.
And I just
Exactly.
went into that, and I ruffled some feathers in saying that, but I don't care, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that goes to this. It's some women that are taking their autonomy. So hey, why not? If
Right.
hey, if their husbands are okay with it, who is anyone else to say anything?
Right. And if a woman, if she doesn't have a husband, she's a single lady, she's free
Mm-hmm.
to do and have her autonomy anyway. I agree with you.
Yep. And,
I
and
absolutely.
men say it. Men say things. So why not?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know.
So you know what? You want to go ahead and you want to lead us again tonight in the discussion
Y-
about these groupings of on Seeking Brother
Yes.
Husband on TLC.
Yes. Well, this episode it starts out with Kenya, Carl, and Tiger. they're going to see a 3 bedroom house because they decided they needed to move from where they are now. They want to get a bigger place to live. So they meet up with a realtor whose name is Clarissa, who was shocked when Kenya said, "These are my 2 husbands." She was a little shocked about that, but she kind of took it in stride, and and she asked a couple of questions, but she was showing them the place. The place was really small. Um, it seemed almost like it was like a townhouse in a way,
Yeah,
but
that's
it
what
was
I think. It was
yeah.
like a townhouse type of situation, right?
Yeah,
Right.
and it was modern. It was a 3 bedroom, and she said all the rooms had their own bathroom. But at that 3rd bedroom they showed for Tiger, it was tight. I was like, how would that have its own bathroom? But I was like, okay. And you know what? I have to say this: the
What's that?
camera people and the people doing the editing, they really do a great job
Yeah,
because
they do.
when they were done and they had gone back down into the kitchen area, which is it's an open care plan, open floor plan kitchen downstairs,
Right, right.
and which was really, really nice. And while the realtor was talking to them, I don't know if you caught this, but she was rubbing her, I think it was her wedding ring. She was
Yeah, yeah,
rubbing
I
her
caught
wedding
that.
ring. Did
I
you
caught
catch
that.
that?
I
And the
did. I
camera
did.
zoomed right in on it.
Right. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I think that was like her I think she did it subconsciously, not even thinking
Yeah, she
about it,
did. Yeah,
like
I don't think she was thinking about it either. She was like thinking, I guess, about her own marriage or commitment, whatever relationship she had that may have been signified by her
yeah,
ring. So,
right.
she was thinking about that. But they, right there, they started talking about their wedding, right
Yeah,
in front of her.
Tiger. Tiger brought up
Tiger
that
and
he wanted a formal commitment in the form of a formal like a wedding ceremony, even though they keep calling it saying they've been married for 10 years, which is
mhm,
interesting, but yeah. So he wanted an actual ceremony. I think that Kenya had a good point though. If his parents aren't going to be there and maybe the family is not going to be there, why is it necessary to spend money on a
right.
ceremony if you guys are already married? I'm not really sure what he's trying to get out of that.
But I think it's something that he really, I mean, when it comes to things like weddings, like everyone always focuses on the women, that is something that a woman wants. A woman
Okay,
wants this ceremony, but men
right.
want it too. Men want that commitment ceremony as well.
Okay,
And,
okay.
later in the episode, he talks about, being with her, I think he says like being with her for the rest of his life, or being with her a long period of time, even though she plans on taking on other lovers. He gets along good with Carl. He has no plans on
Yeah,
leaving this
with
relationship.
her original husband, right? He gets along
Right.
well with
So
Carl. Hmm.
yeah, so he wants, he wants this ceremony.
Yeah,
He
I guess
really,
I can see it. I mean, if
he
that's what
wants
he
it.
wants, I would be thinking that a man his age, 40 years old, attractive, seemingly well educated, certainly articulate.
Mm-hmm.
I would be thinking that a man his age would be thinking about, what about children? And we know that she's a woman of a certain age, and it's doubtful
Right.
that she's going to provide him with any children or a family as such. And
Mm-hmm.
her children that she has with her original husband, Carl, the three of them are already adults.
Yes, they're all grown and
So,
gone.
but I guess everybody has, different desires. And what about the next grouping of couples and threesomes and foursomes?
Okay, so then after that, then we go over to Elisa and Mike. And Elisa, Elisa gets on my nerves.
She is
Elisa
annoying.
is, from the last episode, she was talking about, she had put the
And
dating,
like,
she had gone on the dating app, and then she's
yes,
talking to Mike about the app, and Mike is just so, I can feel his discomfort through the screen, but
yeah,
he's doing this because it's what his wife wants. So, she's telling him about Isaac, who's this artist, and he's a creative, and he's a painter, and and he's just the direct opposite of you.
yeah.
Oh my God, why did she
I didn't
say this
like
to
that.
this
I didn't
man?
like it when she said that. I thought that was kind of mean.
I mean, it's bad enough you're going out on a date with another man. You know your husband is not happy with it, but he's going with this because it's what you want. And it's kind of like she's throwing it in his face in a way.
Right.
But she goes out, she meets up with Isaac, and Isaac is more interested in sex with no commitment. It seems he talks about orgies. He talks about different
He
things
needs to
he's
get,
done.
you know what
He's
I was
just
thinking? He needs to get together with old boy Eris from Married at First Sight, and maybe they can convince a bunch of women to do whatever. Because I mean, okay.
yeah, like Isaac. I think if she was with it right then after the date, Isaac would have took her to his house or going wherever in the car,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. That's how he caught me. But she's looking more for a commitment. So
Yeah, I would say that I thought he was very attractive. I thought the gentleman was very attractive with the pony, had the bun, the
with
man
the
bun.
man bun, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was
But,
attractive. I mean, I'm just gonna say it.
but she just, he wasn't for her. He just wasn't
No,
for her.
no, he wasn't. He wasn't for
Mm-mm.
her, and so she went back home and told her husband the same.
Yep, she told him that. She told Mike about that, and she told Mike
Hmm.
there was no connection, no chemistry, and really, but
I think he was happy about it. Her husband was
he
happy.
was, but then they both confused me because I'm like, she's saying they're not on the same page, and I'm like, Elisa, I'm not on the page with, like, I'm not getting what you're talking about
Hmm.
because it was just the way that they were both, like, I don't know, I they confused me because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I checked out a little bit or if they were confusing me how the two of them were talking because it's
Okay.
like
What part? What
you
what part are you referring to that was confusing to
well
you? For
when
example.
she went home after the date and they were talking, so she's saying, okay, so she was talking about Isaac and Isaac not wanting, she wants something, a commitment. It's almost like she wants a commitment. Know what it is? She wants it all on her terms,
I was just about to say what the point of it is she wants it right. She wants it on her
on
own
her
terms,
terms.
and she wants to be in
Not Mike's
control.
terms, not the
Sh-
other man's terms, totally
She
on her terms, yes,
she
but she
wants to
wants to
be in
be in
control.
control.
She's a
And it's
control
not
freak.
like that. It's not
Yeah.
it's not gonna be like that. Because you
Mm-mm.
have someone else's life, you have your husband's life, the other person's life. It's not gonna be like that.
No,
It's
no.
just not. It's just not. So
Okay, and then
that
then hmm and
mm-mm.
then the couple after them,
So
the
after
gentleman
them
after
we meet Shara. She's 43. She's from Atlanta.
them.
Her husband, Patrick, her and Patrick have been, he's 47. She calls
Okay.
Patrick Babe. And her
Hmm.
and Babe have been married for 13 years.
Okay.
And she has her, I don't know if I even want to call him a husband, a lover,
Maybe just a partner. We'll
a
say partner
partner.
for right
Yeah,
now.
partner. Noble, she's been with him for 2 years.
Hmm.
And
Now she was involved in some kind of accident or
she was
something.
involved in a car
Her and her
accident where
husband.
she had to learn to speak again and he had to
Mhm.
take care of her.
Okay.
And she said their sex life really waned and they had a
We'll say hot. We'll say
sexless
hot.
marriage.
We'll say hot and heavy time for YouTube purposes.
Okay, yeah, the hot and heavy time was extinguished. and
Hmm.
um and for like 10 years.
Wow.
So she said that she's attracted to Noble because he's a free spirit, he's a creative. She's also a creative, she's an artist.
Hmm.
And she also called, she said he had a boy, I think a boy wonder attitude.
Oh yeah,
And she
adventure.
said,
She's very
yeah, and
adventurous. Yes.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And she talked about the difference between swinging and polyandry. Swinging, there's no emotional connection, and polyandry, there's an emotional connection between the woman and her partners. So I thought that
Hmm.
was great when she explained that because some people have those questions. They can't understand the difference between the two. And then she went on to talk about how things had gotten awkward during the pandemic. Noble had moved in with them, and he was living with them.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick had talked about how I guess he was paying, paying his share of some of the bills and everything, and he was supposed to help around the house, and I guess he wasn't really pulling his
Oh
weight.
yeah, that line about he went out and bought the lawnmower, and Noble said he had cut the grass, but clearly he hadn't cut the grass. I said, now how did he expect to get away with that one? That's a real obvious. If you don't cut the grass, you can tell. Mocha, hello, Mocha.
Oh, can you hear me?
I
Can you
can
hear me
now.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what
Mhm.
happened. Um, so then Patrick had talked about, how they decided to bring some, because of the
Mhm.
things waning, and they brought him in, and him living there. And Patrick thought that, he would work and take care of things while she would have Noble to take care of her other needs. But he said during the pandemic, I guess he would come in from work and he heard the sounds coming from downstairs, and it just really got to the point where it made him
Mhm.
very uncomfortable, and Noble had to move out.
Oh, okay. That's why he moved out. Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't. He didn't seem committed to the whole organization of the family, or maybe these
hmm
three don't seem to have the great communication skills that the other couples that it's working for successfully. It requires
yes,
communication, and it requires trust, just like any other relationship. But they would have to communicate what they need from him, and I think the the original husband seemed to be like not comfortable with the situation in any case,
right, because
whatever his reasons.
yeah, because in comparison to Kenya, Carl, and Tiger, they've been doing this longer. They
Yes.
have, they're really invested in this lifestyle, so they have a lot more knowledge of the
Mhm.
lifestyle and whatnot than Shara. Maybe they need to talk to them. Hopefully, they've linked up and they've talked to get some insight of what they need to do. But
But Shara said something interesting to Noble. Do you remember?
mhm.
I mean, she said something to Noble almost like as if to say that Noble was out there kind of like he was still running the streets, at the one
Yeah,
part. So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking that
but
he's just not a reliable person in terms of you mentioned earlier that he's a free spirit. And
mhm.
so she might want to try to find her an engineer that's into that lifestyle, somebody
Yeah,
that's not a
right,
free spirit, because if she wants commitment and the two of them want commitment from this other partner, that's something they've got to seek out, just like a woman seeking out a marriage or a husband minded person, a husband minded man. They also have to seek that same type of dedication, commitment out of a partner, and not just find somebody that she's attracted to physically.
right. Because they met at a retreat, I believe she said that they met, and
Hmm.
it must have been out of town because when Noble met her, she said she was from Atlanta, and he said, "Oh well, I should just move to Atlanta."
Yeah, and he
When she
did.
met him, yeah. So,
Hmm.
it's
Okay.
something she probably needs to find someone that's well suited. And after that, they went and they talked later on in the episode. They went and they talked, and that's when she told him that he acted more like he told her he wanted to move in, move back in, I should say. And she told him, like, you act more like you're single. And she said that
Single,
he
yeah.
doesn't show that he wants a commitment.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
yeah, I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
and uh
And
anything
then
else? Anything else on
with
that
them, that's
couple? That
yeah,
grouping?
that's how they left it. I know for next week she's talking about having a baby. I'm like, oh boy.
Who,
Patrick's like, no
Shari
bueno.
wants to have a baby, the 40
Yes,
something year old? Oh my goodness.
yes,
He's
and
mm,
Patrick is like, both of them are looking like, who's gonna be the daddy?
mm. Oh wow. We're gonna have to wait till next week to find that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I'm
'Cause
looking forward to that.
yeah, we'll
Then with
find out more about that because that's what I wanted to know. If you're with two
mhm.
men, so ooh wee, I
But
don't.
you know what?
That's where it gets messy.
But
Go ahead.
going back to it, it makes me wonder with Patrick, if he maybe had an illness or something that made him not really interested. Because I remember her crying
Or or
because because they had their marriage was had no. no
hot,
physical
hot,
side,
or yeah, no physical
no hot
affection.
time.
Yeah,
And
I
she
think
was
maybe too
crying
that
about it.
maybe he could be unable to have hot and heavy time. So that's a possibility. I don't know. He didn't something about her husband. Like it seemed like something was a bit off to me.
Hmm.
Something was a bit off. So I
I'm
mean,
wondering. I know. I wonder
mhm.
if he went through some illness or something,
Or
and
he could, like we've
maybe
talked about another video, he could have a chronic illness. He
right.
could have diabetes. He could have a number of things, but for whatever reason, if they went in a marriage for 10 years without that, that just seems kind of unusual, you know.
Yeah.
But be stay tuned next week
Mhm.
for episode 3 of Seeking Brother Husbands,
Right.
and you guys have a good night out there, and we will
Oh,
catch you.
wait.
Oh, go ahead.
We still have one more couple.
Oh, okay.
I know the next
Let's do it. Let's get them over with.
the next the
Last
next
couple. Let's get them
couple.
over
They
with
are
quick.
kind of they, and then I have to go back to one other thing after that. But the next couple is they're dry. They're
We're
kind of
gonna
dry.
do them
That's
real
Kim.
quick, like a sixty
That's
second wrap up on them.
okay. That's Kim, Dustin, and Vincent. Vincent doesn't want Kim to take on another partner.
Hmm.
Dustin is basically like, I don't care what's going on between them, but I don't want to lose this guy. He's like my brother. Me and him are cool. Like he's like my good friend.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you're
want to
talking.
lose him.
That's the Caucasian couple that have the black guy
Yes,
that's come in, and
yes,
they have kids, right? Okay, I got you.
yes,
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
and
Okay.
yes, and Vincent is just he's very intense and everything, and he's just
He
worried
is.
about Kim taking on another
I couldn't be
man.
around
And
him.
I'm
He's
like,
like you
he's
said,
a
he is so
he's a
so
Debbie Downer. He's a
he's so
downer.
intense, and he's also he seems like he's like some kind of way. It seems like possibly depressed. I couldn't be
Yeah,
around him. He's too much. He's just too much.
yeah. He's like he's fine with her being with Dustin, because that's her original husband. But
Hmm.
he's like, but the way he was talking, I'm like, has she already had other lovers? It's just the way that the conversation like went between Dustin and Vincent, like the way Vincent, the way they were talking. I'm like, has she had other men besides him, here and there? I gotta see. Maybe that'll be revealed to us in some other episodes because
Right. I'm not sure. That's a
yeah,
good
I
question. And
don't
you
know.
said you wanted to go back. You
Yes,
have
I
one
wanted to
thing
go
to
back.
mention.
Yes, Tiger and Carl end up going to the driving range at the end of the episode because Tiger wanted to talk to Carl about the commitment ceremony because Kenya, doesn't want them to have it, and Carl really gives some insight about Kenya is really big on family and the fact that Tiger's family doesn't like his mother doesn't want to be there and everything.
Okay.
um that's what really has her not wanting them to have the ceremony. But Carl said he's going to talk to her about it and see what can happen. And then I know in the next episode coming up for next week, um they go on to talk about it, and she takes it as a personal rejection against her. But it's not a rejection against her. It may just be it's a rejection probably about the idea. It's not particularly personally her, but for someone older, like he's 40 years old, so his parents may be in their late 60s, early 70s. It may be something for them to get used to.
Hmm.
Depending on where they come from, where they live, their religious background, all those things. It may be all that combined, and it may not totally be about her in particular. It's just the whole idea of it.
Oh, okay.
So we see how that plays out next week as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And did we want to tell our viewers about the surprise, or we're going to save that for next week about Kendra? I think we'll save that for next week. Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that's for next week. We got a little tea to throw in there.
Yeah, we got a little tea. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it. It seems like quite a few are checking in and checking out these videos. This is a first premiere season for this show, Seeking Brother Husband on TLC. If you want to check it out, it's very interesting. It's a different lifestyle, and it's very interesting to see that there are families throughout the country that are doing this, right? So, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. You want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for listening in.
Yep. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening, guys. And see you on the next video. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you, Monique
Welcome.
King. We really appreciate you and all the viewers that were watching tonight and that will watch this on the replay. Please remember to like the video, share the video out, and even drop in a comment. You can leave purple hearts. You can tell us where you're from in the country or in the world. And we look forward to reading your comments. Thank you very much. And you guys have a good night.